the three of us went out totally platonic, and we go on stage to see Deadmau5 at fucking Zook one night. We go out there, and I'm like, there's a girl that I think is really attractive, and I go, Jasmine, I want to go talk to that girl. And I tell Farah, and you guys walk up there with me, and I was like, hey, how you doing? This is my friend Jasmine. This is my friend Farah. The likelihood of her rejecting me, turning away from me, not giving her number just plummets.
Yeah.
I do want to ask you guys about, like, in general dating advice, okay? So this is the thing, like, what is a good piece of advice for men and women? The place where my program differs from almost anybody else is that I heavily focus on the concept of mate choice copying, sexy sons hypothesis, and pre-selection. And I'm just curious what you guys think about this concept in general, which is the idea that women are attracted to men that other women are attracted to, and that being something that can overcome height, looks, money, almost anything. What do you think?
I think there is some truth to that, but I think now are those women going to, because that might get you initial attraction, but it's like, what are you trying to land? A long-term healthy relationship? Maybe just trying to get a bunch of girls. So then one girl, like, I think a girl who's choosing you because other girls like you might be like, oh, he might be interesting, and that's happened to me where I'd be like, oh, like, all these girls like him, let me talk to him, and I was like, oh, never mind, he sucks. These are weird girls, like, So
I think from my standpoint as a man, what I want is
as many options
as possible, that women are attracted to you, not that you sleep with all of them, because I have some clients that are Muslim, I have some clients that are Jewish or Christian, and they don't want to have sex with a bunch of women before they're married. But I do think it's unhealthy for them to then think, well, I don't even want to attract women. Like, no, I think you still need to be able to flirt, even if you're a good Christian man. I think you need to be able to do that.
Yes, I agree with you, but I also think, like, that's, like, obviously the woman that other people are going to find, the kind of man that other women are going to try to find attractive is probably just attractive. Like, he's probably, like, they're not, if all these women are like,
okay,
I see this sometimes where a bunch of women are like, oh, I like this, but usually it's because they're famous or something. I'm like, no,
Great point. So TCU did a study on this, and they used control samples. So it was the same guy with women, without women, and they used different heights, different facial structure, whatever. And in every case, the women found men who were in pictures with women, specifically when the women were smiling, to be more attractive than women who weren't.
That's true. But I'm saying in real life, that guy, I mean, what are you trying? Are they just going to have fake women, or are you telling them to just be more attractive so other women like?
I'm telling them to have hundreds of female friends. That's what I'm telling them to do.
Okay, yeah, I feel like
I'm telling them to go out on a regular basis. Like, you guys understand, like, the three of us went out totally platonic, and we go on stage to see Deadmau5 at fucking Zook one night. We go out there, and I'm like, there's a girl that I think is really attractive, and I go, Jasmine, I want to go talk to that girl. And I tell Farah, and you guys walk up there with me, and I was like, hey, how you doing? This is my friend Jasmine. This is my friend Farah. The likelihood of her rejecting me, turning away from me, not giving her number just plummets.
Yeah.
It's just something I've seen anecdotally. And then the data came out, and it showed that this pre-selection idea was real.
I agree with it. But I just say in real life, like you said, a lot of friends, female friends, I think is a good one. But I was just wondering how you work. Like, do you just like hire women and have them be in a picture? I feel like it has to be authentic.
Some people have done that. So the trick, what I found is the difference between lascivious and attractive. If you show approval and compliance, then that tends to work. Meaning the woman's hips are slightly turned in towards you, and she's smiling. And by the way, you know how you can fucking change that? On FaceApp, they have a little thing where you can change if she's smiling with her mouth open. Have you seen this before?
No, but like that's it. Like, if I knew
I'm not saying you do that. I'm not saying you should do it.
Like, went to your coaching school and then like learn that he just have a woman with her, I would literally, even if I was about to marry him, I would dump him. I would be like, I'm so unattracted. My pussy would be dry forever.
For sure. I totally understand that. But at the same time, it works like incredibly well. Like, it does. And the other issue was like the number of women that told me that they wouldn't sleep with Bilzerian. It was really interesting. So I'd hang out at Dan's house sometimes. We'd have like a party or whatever. And there would always be some girl be like, yeah, I like Dan, but I would never have sex with him. And that's usually what they said right before they had sex with him. And it was just one of these weird things where it was like, no matter how much pre-selection I saw, it didn't seem like it ever hurt him. It hurt him with women. It hurt him with women who liked him, but not with women who didn't like him.
I think, something that I think is attractive is a guy who has a lot of options, but doesn't use them. Like, something is gross. Like, if a guy is using it and then he's like not, I think selective men are attractive.
So this is why I said the difference between lascivious and attractive. Yeah. A man being in a photo, like I've been in photos with girls where the girls in the photo I was clearly just friends with and stated that this girl was my best friend, and I still got likes from prettier girls from that, and girls actually telling me later that they were attracted to me because of that. Like Kylie Myers is my main wing girl when I was single, and she's this stunning blonde who lives in Nashville. And when I was single, I would just be like, I think that girl's pretty. She would walk up there with me, and it was a fucking rap. It was a rap every time. So I'm just curious, do you have any opinions when it comes to this concept? concept?
If it's organic like that, like if my male friends ask me like, hey, can you come up with me to talk to this girl? That's
Yeah.
fine. What I find annoying is that a lot of my male friends in Miami, I'll notice they're like, if I'm like dressed really well or whatever, they're like constantly just feigning this like closeness for their Instagram stories.
Yeah.
And I know that they're doing it for social proofing, and it makes me kind of resent them.
Yeah.
So that's what I worry about, like with advice like this, is like they're actually just hollowing out their real relationships.
So what I do expect them to do is never fake like you're with that girl.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm more so saying like if I'm out at like lunch with my male
Yeah.
friend, I can just feel it. Like it's very obvious that he's doing it for women.
But what he's doing is for women. But he wants the women to think that like you guys are hooking up.
Or even just that he has like a successful female friend, whatever it is. It just makes
So you
me
have a
feel
problem with a guy
cheapened.
who girls know he has a successful female friend and women would find him attractive? That's a problem?
The problem is that it's inorganic and I'm being used as a means to fuck women. Yeah.
She's talking about the friendship she has with the guy. So she's
Got it.
saying like your friendship, it ruins your real
Like
relationship.
if I have male
so-
friends and they're constantly taking photos of me for their Instagram story
Yeah.
and tag me because then they feel social proof. Like, oh,
Yeah.
Farah Khalidi is friends with me. I find that annoying.
I found the opposite. I found my female friends were like going out of their way to try to introduce me to girls. Like they didn't care at all. I think it's interesting.
oh, then
interaction.
that's what I said. If it's organic,
Yeah,
like if my male friend
yeah.
said like, hey, I want to go up and talk to this girl.
Oh, I
can you
see what
come
you're
up with
saying
me? That's
because they're being
fine.
honest about it. So I agree with you totally on that. Like a lot of times when I'll do like the group photos or whatever, I indicate totally it's like we're here to modeling shoot. These girls are my friends. This is my BFF. This girl's like my sister. Whatever. But I found the same effect. I like found that because what happens is it's compliance and approval and the woman being attractive more than lascivious. What hurts you is the ass shaking, grabbing your tits, that kind of stuff. With a girl, like I had one guy, he's like, girls are grabbing their ass like right next to his head. And I was like, that hurts you with women who like you. That actually hurts you. But other women finding approval in you, that actually helps.
Yeah, and I think that there's something that like I like a guy who can get along with women. I think especially now we're so blackpilled with doing so much.
Yeah.
Like I'm like, oh, you have female friends. You don't think we're just like inferior by default? Like cool. Like
I think it's attractive if they have female friends of different attractiveness levels. If all
Yeah.
their female friends are super hot,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
that's one
true.
thing. Like with the charity events, sometimes the guys will come to my charity events and they'll be like, "Yeah, but that girl was like 40," and I was like, "Bro, it's a charity event. I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck how the girl looks."
Yeah.
Now there happen to be an outrageously high number of attractive women at my events because I invite them, but like I'm never going to disclude someone because you're
Well, that's my
older.
point. I agree with her. I
Yeah.
think if I see that all his female friends are really attractive, I assume he just wants to have. I assume he's just friends with them because they're attractive.
Okay, I
and
need to
then-
work on this. I have too many attractive women on my
Yeah,
IG.
yeah, that might be
I have a
because then
problem,
see, so I would, especially if all the women are young, I would be like, he doesn't have real friendships with these people. I would never think that now you're like going home and you guys are like texting like we text.
or like unattractive women are invisible to him, which I find super unattractive.
Yeah, no, I have group chats with my female friends and we send each other fucking horrible memes, like memes all day
Yeah,
long.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, by the way, memes are the greatest way to like cross the intersexual barrier. Men and women both like memes. I like memes
Yeah.
between people. Like they're really, really great.
but they have to be good. If it's bad, if you have bad humor, it's done.
If you're watching this, I have a gift for you. Click the link below and I will send you a private invite to my community. And yes, it's absolutely free.